Kurt Busch appears to confirm that he is not retiring at the end of this season in the most Kurt Busch way possible. Josh Berry lands a new Xfinity Series opportunity, and an important member of Chase Elliott's race team has been indefinitely suspended. How's it going, y'all? My name is Eric and welcome to Out of the Groove. It has been a long week. We have a lot to catch up on here today before the Coca-Cola 600 this weekend, trucks tonight, Xfinity tomorrow, and of course the 600 on Sunday. It's a full weekend of NASCAR action. This episode is sponsored by Avalon King. They sent me a sample of their Armor Shield 9 product for me to try out for myself. It's the highest rated DIY ceramic coating on the planet. It comes in this very stylish packaging with everything you possibly need. Armor Shield 9 rejects UV rays, surface scratches, road grime, mud, pollen, acid rain, your father's insults, bird droppings, and any other unwanted debris. Give your car a professional shine and the world's highest scratch resistance rating. It was super easy to apply. The instructions were extremely clear. You can learn more about the Armor Shield 9 and many other Avalon King products by heading to avalonking.com or by clicking that link down in the description below. Thank you to Avalon King and Armor Shield 9 for supporting Out of the Groove and keeping my car in perfect condition, protecting it from whatever the road may throw at it next. Thank you to Avalon King for sponsoring Out of the Groove. We have several stories to catch up on today. I'm going to begin with the more serious stuff. This story broke on Wednesday, but we haven't had the chance to talk about it yet on Out of the Groove because we had other episodes scheduled this week. On Wednesday, we had Xfinity Series driver Ryan Vargas, who's rocking that gorgeous Swan Best Buy Chevy this weekend on the show. Yesterday, I posted my Circuit of the Americas race experience vlog. If you missed either of those videos, go check them out. But here we have to catch up on the big story of this week. Chase Elliott spotter Eddie DeHaan has been suspended indefinitely by both Hendrick Motorsports and by NASCAR. Eddie DeHaan has been Chase Elliott's spotter since he got into the NASCAR Cup Series. He was also Jeff Gordon's spotter for the final few years of his Cup Series career. But earlier this month, he was arrested for alleged battery on an unborn child. This actually all stems from an incident last September when Eddie DeHaan allegedly was involved in a physical altercation with a woman at a jet ski rental place. According to Bob Pockris, a criminal summons for assault on a female was issued last September, and then a warrant for arrest for battery on an unborn child 2 weeks ago. Both are misdemeanors. The assault case has been postponed several times. Hendrick Motorsports put out a statement Wednesday morning saying this was the first they'd heard of this incident and that Eddie DeHaan had been suspended indefinitely. Here was Hendrick's full statement. "We became aware of the situation this morning and have immediately and indefinitely suspended Mr. DeHaan's role with our company. We are taking this matter very seriously and will continue to seek additional information about the alleged incident." Again, this is all alleged. NASCAR says that they suspended DeHaan for failing to disclose his arrest within 72 hours of the incident. Both suspensions are indefinite, and I know in that Hendrick statement it said that they hadn't figured out a spotter for this week, but of course now it's been a couple days. We actually do know who will spot for Chase Elliott this week. Trey Poole will step into the role. Apparently Trey Poole has spotted for Chase Elliott before. He's been one of the extra spotters at road courses, so a somewhat familiar voice. But this, of course, is big news. Now, on Eddie DeHaan's behalf, his attorney has denied these allegations, and actually Eddie DeHaan's camp has called for surveillance footage of the incident, the alleged incident, to be turned over and to be used in whatever case may come of this. So there are two sides to this story, but it is all alleged, but of course something like this should be taken very seriously. I'm glad to see Hendrick Motorsports and NASCAR making the right calls here to suspend him until more information becomes available. A lot of fans criticize Hendrick for the fact that DeHaan has been able to spot the last two races. That second arrest warrant was May 12th. It is, at least the day I'm releasing this, May 28th. So DeHaan has spotted 2 Cup Series races for Chase Elliott since his most recent arrest. A lot of fans criticizing Hendrick for that. How could they not have known? I'm no justice procedural expert or anything, but I'm not sure that Hendrick Motorsports, unless they were actively, searching up criminal databases for Eddie DeHaan, I'm not sure that if he didn't tell them, they may never have known. I don't know. Word's known to travel quickly in the garage area. Gossip, drama typically spreads like wildfire, but it certainly is plausible that Hendrick Motorsports would not have known about the incident. But I am glad that at least once it's public, that they're taking it very seriously. We'll see what more information comes from this. We'll see how long these cases take. This is, of course, important news because Chase Elliott just won a race. He's the defending series champion, and Eddie DeHaan has been a huge part of Hendrick Motorsports' success over the last 10 plus years. I mean, again, he spotted for Jeff Gordon, I think, since 2012, and of course he moved over to Chase, so he's been with the team in major roles, working with high profile drivers for many years. Everyone knows Eddie DeHaan's voice. So this is certainly a shocking story and a troubling story, and I don't really have anything else to say other than we'll just wait for the facts to come out and we'll see whose side they side with, I suppose. But I'm glad to see NASCAR and Hendrick taking it seriously. This is already the second instance of spotter turnover at Hendrick Motorsports this year alone. Chris Moniz, I think that's how you say his name, was hired this offseason to be Kyle Larson's spotter by Hendrick Motorsports, and within a week of him being hired, he was subsequently fired because Hendrick Motorsports deemed his social media posts unacceptable. Hendrick was pretty quiet about that whole deal, but the point is, get your spotters under control, Hendrick Motorsports. I mean, that's all I can really say at this point, but serious news from this week. We'll see what happens. We'll see what new information is presented in the coming months, but for now, Trey Poole will be the spotter for NASCAR's defending Cup Series champion. Now, we do have some more lighthearted, some very positive news to get to today as well. Josh Berry, who has made a name for himself in the NASCAR Xfinity Series this season, running part-time for Junior Motorsports, he announced earlier this week that he will be racing for Jordan Anderson Racing in the Xfinity Series at Mid-Ohio here in a couple of weeks. That's pretty big news. Berry was not going to be in the 8-car that race. Miguel Paludo is running all the road courses to begin this season. But Jordan Anderson Racing is a new Xfinity Series team. They made their first start of the year ever at Circuit of the Americas this past weekend with Tyler Reddick behind the wheel, and he actually got them a top 10. So they're trying to amass as many owners points as possible, because with no qualifying at many races this year, if you're not above a certain threshold in points, good chance you're not going to qualify for many races. That's what bit Jordan Anderson Racing the whole first portion of this season, because Daytona qualifying got rained out, so they didn't get the chance to race into the first race of the season. They've been on the sidelines all year until COTA. Tyler Reddick got him a top 10. He's racing actually again for them this weekend at Charlotte, and now Josh Berry, another very talented driver, will get the wheel at Mid-Ohio. So this is a great opportunity, not only for Jordan Anderson Racing to hopefully collect more and more points, putting great drivers behind solid race cars, but this is also a huge opportunity for Josh Berry to show a little bit of what he can do at a road course. We've already seen him win this year at Martinsville. We know that team's trying to put together sponsorship to maybe come back next year with maybe more races on his schedule. You never know. Dale Earnhardt Jr., for one, expressed his support for Josh Berry racing for Jordan Anderson this weekend. Or next weekend, I'm sorry. So pretty exciting stuff. Great to see drivers who've had success this year get rewarded based on merit. That's Josh Berry defined right there. Now, the last thing I want to talk about today, and this is just funny. This is just vintage Kurt Busch comedy. So rumors about Kurt Busch and whether or not he may retire at the end of this season have been swirling this entire year. And in fact, Kurt Busch has even stoked the flames a bit early this season when he and Monster Energy put out a video that maybe teased his possible retirement. Kurt Busch is just outside the top 16 in points. They've shown a little better speed the last couple weeks, but it hasn't been a great year for the Chip Ganassi Racing #1 team. But Kurt Busch is still a great veteran driver, a former Cup Series champion. Earlier this week, he replied to a fake troll tweet. This was the troll tweet. It was a fake account pretending to be NASCAR, but this fake tweet said, "News, Kurt Busch has announced his retirement from full-time Cup Series racing at the end of the 2021 season." Whoa, huge news, huge. Well, Kurt Busch responded with an edited video he made, or someone for him. Anyway, here's the video, and yes, I'm gonna have to bleep it out. This is a family show.
I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. I'm not fucking leaving! The show goes on!
And the crowd goes wild. That's a funny clip. That's a great clip. Well, now if we're gonna actually analyze it, I mean, yes, it's a funny clip, but it appears as though Kurt Busch is confirming he's not retiring after this season. And whether it was him who edited that, or probably was whoever edited that, they put work into that little clip. They had to Photoshop his little face, put it over, I don't think they'd put that much work in that little video clip if it wasn't legitimate. So Kurt Busch fans, maybe breathe easy. It looks like your boy is back for probably at least one more season. Now, he doesn't have a contract in place, and from what I've heard, there have been really no rumors, no rumblings about Kurt Busch's future, but I gotta imagine if I'm Chip Ganassi Racing, as long as that Monster Energy deal is still in place, I would love to have Kurt Busch return to my one car for another season or two. He's been in that car since 2019, won a race in 19, won a race in 2020, he made a deep playoff run last year, made it to the round of 8. He has outperformed his equipment every step of the way. This year has been a little bit of a struggle, but they're starting to trend the right direction once again. Kurt Busch is a great guy to have in that car. This relationship has been fantastic the last 2+ seasons. I hope it continues, and it sounds like it will. Now you just got to put that pen to paper. Hey, Kurt Busch did say a couple years ago that he wanted to race the next gen car. That was before they delayed the next gen car by a full year, but he's sticking to his guns. He made a promise, kind of. Now he didn't even promise, he didn't even pinky swear, but he said one thing and he is sticking to it. We will likely see Kurt Busch race the next gen next season. That's pretty exciting stuff. I love great drivers competing for good teams or making good teams look great in the NASCAR Cup Series. That's what NASCAR is all about. If you want to see a guy who's getting the most out of his equipment, you want to see where a driver is making a huge difference for a race team, look no further than the one team the last couple of seasons. Kurt Busch has been fantastic in that car. And it's great to see he has a fantastic sense of humor as well. That's going to do it for this episode. Kurt Busch is coming back. Josh Berry's getting another ride. And yeah, then the serious news about Eddie DeHaan. But we'll end on the positive note, the fun positive notes. This is a fun positive show, and that's how we're going out this week. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel. We talk NASCAR day in, day out here at Out of the Groove. As always, a huge thank you to my amazing Patreon supporters as well. I could not do this show without your tremendous support. I will be back this weekend. The post-race live streams will return. I didn't do any last weekend because I was getting rained on in person at COTA. Couldn't stream in that storms, so they rained both days, goodness gracious. But those will be back this weekend. And of course, I'll have a race review after the Coke 600 late Sunday night. Memorial Day weekend should be a fantastic time. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you are as well. I will see you all later this weekend.